My name is Sujean Rim, and I am an artist, and I write and illustrate children's books. I'm also a resident here in Westchester. I don't live very far from this beautiful theater, which I've never been to before. I can't wait till things open up so I can sit here in the audience and see a show myself. But today I'm here to present to you 3 very different books that I've either written or illustrated. And one thing about me is any books I write or illustrate, I always make sure I have a personal connection to. So I thought with each book I'll tell you a teeny tiny background to it. So the first book I wanted to share was Birdie's Big Girl Shoes. This is super special to me because it was my very, very first book I ever wrote. I was actually pregnant at the time. My son Charlie is now 10, so this book is 10 years old. And the connection I have to this book is shoes. I used to be a shoe designer for more than 10 years. So I've always loved shoes. I have friends who love shoes. So I just thought it'd be a great subject that I could write about. Birdie is a sweet little girl, and her best friend is her dog Monster. And together they have all sorts of adventures. And but whatever she does, she's always about believing in herself. So with that being said, I will read you Birdie's Big Girl Shoes. Whenever Birdie's mother got ready in the morning, Birdie was there to help. She would start by picking out the sparkly jewelry. Next, she would find the perfect pair of sunglasses. Then her dog Monster would help her choose just the right perfume. But more than anything in the whole wide world, Birdie longed to wear her mother's shoes. She loved her crocodile pumps and her summer peep toes and all her strappy sandals. Birdie couldn't wait a minute longer. "Mommy, I think I'm ready to wear big girl shoes." Monster wasn't so sure. "Birdie, you'll have years and years to wear high heels," her mother said. "I promise." Birdie imagined how grown up she'd feel dancing in high heels. She thought about how much better she would be at hide and seek. Monster would never find her. She pictured how fun it would be to cartwheel in beautiful shoes, her feet glittering in mid-air. "Mommy," Birdie asked again later, "could I wear your shoes just for a little while?" "Oh, Birdie," her mother said, "I promise to be careful. Cross my heart. Pretty, please." Birdie's mother looked into her daughter's hopeful eyes. "Well, okay, sweetheart, but you have to be very careful." I will, she promised, then raced to her mother's shoe closet. Birdie carefully slipped her little toes into one shoe, then slid into the other. She looked at herself in the mirror and gasped. She felt beautiful. She felt glamorous. She felt like a movie star. "Let's shim-sham, Monster," said Birdie as she started to dance, but twisting wasn't easy in wobbly peep toes. "Let's play hide and seek instead. I'll hide first," she decided. But hiding was impossible with pointy Mary Jane sticking out. "Cartwheel time," Birdie shouted, but landing sure was tricky in sky-high stilettos. Birdie looked down. Her feet were sore. Her knees were scraped. "This is no fun," Birdie thought. She knew just what she needed to do. First, she kicked off one shoe. Then she kicked off the other. Barefoot, Birdie did the best cartwheels she'd ever done. She tangoed and handspun and grand jetéed all across the living room. At bedtime, she played hide and seek. Her mother couldn't find her. Wonder where she is. "Here I am." From that day on, Birdie decided she wasn't quite ready for grown-up shoes yet. For now, she liked her beautiful barefoot shoes most of all. The end. The next book, it's called Cheeky, A Panda in Bearland. And so going back to my personal connection to my books, this one is probably my most personal. It's more of a personal narrative. It's written for and inspired by my parents. They immigrated to this country from South Korea many years ago with my older sister, who was then just a little baby. And they came here because they believed in the American dream. And they wanted to come here because they believed that they'll have a better life. And I always knew that growing up, and I was always proud of them, but I think now more than ever, I realize how meaningful that is. And as a mother myself, this book is super special to me. So this is a sort of a Valentine to my parents. Cheeky, in A Panda in Bearland. Bearland is a great country that lies across a vast ocean. The citizens of Bearland are special bears indeed. Bearland's families and friends work as hard as they play. Bearland is welcome to all. Woo woo! Wow, what did you say? Asked the great brown bear. Oh, that is how we say peace and happiness, explained the new visitor. I am Mr. Lou, this is Mrs. Lou, and our son, Cheeky Lou. We traveled across the ocean from the island of Coney to live in this great land of yours. Hello, it's nice to meet you, Lou family. So here are all the bears thinking, wow, are those spots? They look nice. This bear just has question marks. What? Where did they say they're from? Even though Bearland was very different and they would miss the island of Coney, Mr. and Mrs. Lou felt so fortunate to be able to come and make a new home in Bearland. But Cheeky felt like he might never feel at home. He wanted to be just like everyone else, but he couldn't help noticing that he was just so different. Wow, what is that? Oh, this? It's just a fork. Wow, what is that? Oh, this? It's just a skateboard. Wow, what is that? Oh, this? It's just a pair of sunglasses. When a little cub bear pointed and cried, "You look funny," Mrs. Lou said, "Oh, thank you. You look funny too. How lovely." The Lou family continued on their way. Cheeky thought he would be more comfortable if he wasn't noticeable, but it seemed that trying to be less noticeable was impossible. So Cheeky went to his favorite spot alone. As he watched the big soccer game being played nearby, he felt even more alone. I won't ever fit in. I don't know how to use a fork or ride a skateboard. I wear a sun hat. And then, oh no! Cheeky got to work. So here you're not sure what he's doing with the bamboo. Wow, what is that? Oh, this? It's just a bamboo pole. Hooray, Cheeky Lou, woo woo! Bearland is a great country with very special bears indeed. And here you see all the bears doing all the things that they didn't do before the Lou family arrived. The end. This book just released last year, and it's the first book I illustrated for another author. Her name is Samantha Berger, and she is fantastic. She's written countless books that are all amazing. Frankenstein, Martha Never Says Sorry, to name a few. And when I heard about this book, I knew I wanted to be a part of it. So my connection here is grandmothers. So I never met my grandmothers, but my son Charlie has two fantastic ones. And this book is really celebrating women everywhere, and the ones who support us and love us, and they, no matter how old they are, they're young at heart. So again, it's called I Love My Grandma by Samantha Berger, illustrated by me. Everyone knows grandmothers go by many names. Grandma, Granny, Gigi, Mama, Yaya, Mima, Nana, Abuela, Booby, Gram, Big Mama G, Oma. But maybe they should really be called Glam-ma, because grandmas are some of the most glamorous people you're ever gonna meet. Grandmas don't just come over, they make a grand entrance. Grandmas don't just celebrate holidays, they celebrate everything. World's best ponytail maker. Grandmas don't just carry a purse, they carry a treasure chest. Grandmas ask, why just get dressed when you can make a statement? And they do. Some grandmas stroll and some grandmas roll. Some grandmas siesta and some grandmas fiesta. Some grandmas rock and some grandmas rock out. If you give a grandma yarn, she could knit a scarf, or she could knit a black belt. If you give a grandma a blanket, she might make a reading fort, or she might turn it into a super cape. If you take grandma on vacation, she might build a world-class sandcastle, or she might go diving with the dolphins, possibly both. Grandmas don't follow recipes, they follow their instincts, and they let you follow yours. Grandmas don't just sing bedtime songs, they lead the whole choir, and they let you sing the big solo. Grandmas don't just throw parties, they host the events of the season and make you the guest of honor. But what is it that really makes a grandma so glamorous? You. Because you are the one who made her a grandma in the first place. And nothing is more glamorous than that. The end. Thanks, you guys. I hope you enjoyed those 3 very different books, and I hope you are doing well and safe and keep reading. And I hope to see you sometime in the future without masks, but until then, be safe and be well. Thank you so much to this theater for having me, and that's it. Bye.